Yeah, I think I could navigate that, guys. So we'll be down a few peoples, but I think we'll be able to handle things. But all. Yeah, I think I could navigate that. Yes, I'm Cathodon Salazar and Selena. I think it'd work.
Oh, us three actually forgot we had to go too. So if you could play our people,
All right.
if we
Yeah.
could just play everyone for a night, just let us know how it goes. Appreciate it.
Oh, guys, you wouldn't believe it. This is the most epic thing. We were so close to a TPK and da 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 da. Okay, though I do want to tell you about in our church group has a game that's running. Well, it's not so much our church group anymore, but one of the elders at our church, he's the DM. But last time we played, it was a good session, and then that we were sort of finishing up the session, resting for the night, and we had to roll for random encounters, and our wizard got one. And so come knocking on his door in the middle of the night is the alchemist of the local baron, who's essentially saying that the others, they don't appreciate my alchemical ingredients, da 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 da, this and that. We had just had a dinner with the baron. It didn't go so well that we're sort of butting heads, and that this person essentially lured our wizard out and said, "Yeah, if you come with me, I'll show you untold power." And his flaw is that I will pursue knowledge even if it's to the detriment of whatever, da da da. And so she's like, "Come with me, follow me into the mist." And the mist is like a keyword of some terrible bad thing that's going to happen. Anyway, everybody around the table, the players know this is a terrible idea. This can only go bad. And the player decided, well, my character totally would follow her. And so follows her out in the woods. Anyway, that essentially the mist is this terrible bad thing, but it offers all this knowledge and power and stuff. And get there, and she says, but first you have to prove if you're worthy. So she steps into the mist, and the only person left there is a guy in full armor that is covered in human skin.
Nice.
And
Skin armor?
well, no, it's plate armor, and then tacked to the outside of the armor is human skin.
Oh, okay, so it's not like a living suit of armor that has skin.
It's a person who decorated his armor with human skin.
Okay, that's a little creepier, actually.
Yes. And he's a Oathbreaker paladin. Anyway, our wizard, he was given the choice. He could either, the paladin offered him, either I kill you, or I let you live and you have to betray your friends. And our wizard was just like, magic missile. And so he cast magic missile. He's the second level wizard. He cast magic missile. It hit the paladin. The paladin used hellish rebuke, hit him back, brought him to 5 hit points. Then the paladin, on his turn, came up, used his first attack, and slashed him. Did whatever it was, the damage roll, that it was 1 point off instant death because it felled him to 0, and then did additional, like, I think the total was like 17 damage, and the guy only has 13 health or something.
Wow.
And so he was at 5. That brought it down to 12. Yeah. It brought him down to -12 in theory. 1 more point, he would have died instantly. He was unconscious, completely alone, 2 miles into the woods in the middle of like 2 a.m. So there's nobody coming to save him. So the DM says, well, here's how it's going to go. Roll a death saving throw. 1, fail. Roll another. Success. Roll another. Fail. Roll another. Success. Roll another. He rolled a 14.
Wow.
So then essentially the paladin thought he was dead, snuck into town, plopped his supposed dead body on the table of the tavern and left. And our party woke up to the barkeeper screaming, or the tavern keeper screaming, and we all went downstairs, and I revived him. And he's like, but anyway, that he got the closest possible to death and still survive. By the rules as written, the closest you can be to death. He was 1 point off insta death from the attack, 1 point of damage off, and then one death saving throw away. Yeah. So
I mean, he could have rolled a 11 or whatever. Could have been a. Well, I guess that's pass fail.
Yeah. It's
that's
success
still
fail
crazy,
as far as the results go. Yeah, the dice rolls could have been closer, but
That's
it was
intense.
just and so here's our party who have heard of this mist, da 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 da, been warned about whatever, and then here's our friend slashed from shoulder to hip, supposedly dead on the table, just and barely enough left alive. And then he immediately wakes up, grabs my character by the collar, and says, "What is the mist?"
Yeah.
And so, and that entire sequence from the moment the wizard rolled to have a midnight or a random encounter at night, the DM had completely made up on the spot. And it
Wow.
just worked out so dramatically cool. Anyway, that was a fun story.
Awesome.
That our wizard got the closest possible to death and still survived. So anyway,
Oh man.
It's like my crown. Actually, it's like lights
yeah,
up.
I
It's
saw
cool.
that. I was like, did he?
It's on my lamp.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Your lamp is royalty.
Is
So-
it
Well, and your royalty.
on your lamp or is it built into
Yeah.
your lamp?
No,
It's just set on top of it. It makes a convenient place.
Wait
to
a second.
Put the,
Is that one of those inflatable ones from?
Yeah.
Is that from a loot crate?
yeah.
I think
Nice.
I have that actually.
Oh yeah. I got it. It was from they had like a sale on some of the old ones. So I got
Yeah.
the one with the D&D T-shirt in it. It was like $10.
Okay, yeah,
Bunch of
yeah.
other stuff in it.
I have that one. The and has almost faded off of my shirt though.
Yeah.
that day. Right. So, shall we get going here? This is our group for the night.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Everyone else slept in, I guess.
They'll be the quiet types and sort of take your lead, but yeah, we'll see how things go. So you guys remember what happened last time? You had finally got to the city. You made arrangements with. Well, first of all, the Lion Shield Costa was very grateful. They gave you a meal and gave you tokens showing that you were friends of their business.
Let's go to the arcade.
Not real money, but you can exchange it for goods.
Well, neither are arcade tokens, so.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the point.
Not legal
and then-
tender.
You had made arrangements with Sildar that he'd meet you guys not the next day, for the following dawn at the I think the Tough Kid Inn. He'd meet you there. Bonner, Thonar, and Salazar went to check in how things were going at D6. Found that all was not quite so well, and that the basement was infested with slimes. So they're planning to get some rest for the night and see if they could have their friends help them out with a particular issue. Ryan had gone to the City of the Dead and sort of went to the archives of the Night Wardens and had gotten sort of a beginner's manual to the undead from them, as well as found a tome with some particular information he wasn't able to take with him, but he took note of which one it was. The opportunity to return there. Selena snuck out in the middle of the night, met with some of the underworld denizens to gather some information that might be relevant to her, and snuck back after getting it, and then everybody finished a rest for the night. So, guys, what would you like to do?
We had arranged to like meet up in the morning somewhere, did we? Trying to remember.
I don't remember specifically.
We might have just
Even
said
if you
we'll meet up
didn't, we
eventually.
can say that you had.
Alright.
I think I can't remember, but I think you guys. If I remember from the video, I think you guys said you were gonna come to our place after.
I
Or
thought
in the morning
it
when-
said something.
maybe- Yeah, it was something I don't remember.
I'm sure we would have if we didn't.
Yeah, I think that sounds perfectly reasonable. I just think that the others had wanted to stay in the inn versus at your headquarters or whatever, but they were willing to at least come visit. So that as the city is waking up and you guys have gotten breakfast at the inn, the sounds of the city, which we can probably turn on here. Hustle and bustle as the day begins. That there are people going to set up their shops, people going to set up their sort of pavilions in the market, moving goods here and there, people opening their shops for the first time of the day. Dawn rises over Waterdeep. Elryan, Cathod, and Selena, you guys know that you had been invited to meet the Elfbane brothers and Salazar at their headquarters that they had, scribbled down. I'm sure Thonar had a spare piece of paper and one of his drawing
Give some sort of
utensils
directions.
to give them directions.
Actually, I had a quick question. Sorry.
Sure.
Did you update my experience, Greg?
Yes, I did.
'Cause it looks. I don't know. I have a running log that I keep in.
Pretty sure I did.
I have like 600 experience less than I did.
Than before.
Yeah.
You got negative
Less than?
experience.
Well,
Yeah, because I'm showing. How much do you have, Daniel? Because we were kind of
Yeah,
close.
we were
and
pretty.
I'm showing in my log that I'm supposed to have 11, or last time I was here I had 11,360.
Okay, I have 11,775.
Okay, so how much did I get? 150?
last week.
Did
I
get
think
150
you got
last
150
I
from
think we
last
got-
time.
We got
Oh, wait, or did I get 70?
Because there wasn't technically any fight, I gave you guys 300 for role playing.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
So,
got
and because you weren't able to make it, you got the half. So some
Okay.
progression, but not full.
Let me see. 11,360 plus 150. Okay. Yeah, because I looked at my experience and I knew I was over 10,000.
Mhm.
All right, sorry.
I'll let it go this one time.
So
Yeah, I'd probably just gonna like grab an apple or something that I can eat on the way. Start heading over to them.
okay, you guys sort of make your way to one of the main roads and start following it through the city. That again, that Elron, you haven't spent too much time in big cities, and neither has Cathod. Selena seems to be reserved and at least at ease, but not sort of wide-eyed tourist as others might be.
Yeah.
But you're making your way. You're following the little map that Thonar had scribbled for you, and make your way down there. Bonnar, Thonar, and Salazar, you guys wake up in your room in the second floor of D6. It's cramped, it's musty, but it's home. And you can hear Alvin is already downstairs, setting up things for the day. And you can hear the moment that Vinny and Keldar arrive as their sort of gruff voices and, a few things crashing this and that around. Alvin sort of yapping at them to not destroy things. And your morning has started there. What would you like to do?
I am assuming that I have a wealth of ale at my house, so I am going to start the morning off right with a. I'll finally be able to fill my mug that I carry around with me 24/7 with my own ale.
Honor, you do not have a nightstand. You have a keg which sits next to you.
So I'm gonna fill that up, and I'm gonna offer some to Salazar and my brother, even though this is my special nightstand.
I will
nightstand
accept morning time nightstand ale with a smile on my face.
And, Salazar says, "I'm not sure that is a good way to start the morning."
Maybe not for you, I say, and I chug down my whole mug, and I get up and I say, I don't know. I'm assuming, do we have like a kitchen or something?
You'd probably have like a small kitchen. It'd probably be the second story. The second story is sort of like the living area, and the first story is like the shop. It's like a one room with like maybe a back room, and then there's the basement, and then the basement. But it's a small little place, but it's what you can afford, and it works well enough. So, sort of the second story is the like living apartment area. There's a small kitchen,
Okay.
a privy in your little room.
So
You share.
I'll get some bread out and a knife, and I'll dip my knife in my ale and kind of spread it on my bread, and I'll ask Salazar if he prefers his ale on his bread in the morning.
Your customs are strange, but I do not want to be rude, and so he'll take the ale bread. And he'll munch on that.
All right. I'll cheers him with my bread,
All right.
and I'll leave it out in case our other friends that show up later would like some of the customary bread and ale.
Yeah.
And then I'll go down and see what good old Alvin's up to.
Yeah. Half a second.
Yep.
Emma's being a little fussy, so I turned the light off there.
Ah,
She's got a noise machine much, but I'll be a little quieter.
gotcha.
Alright, so you guys head downstairs, and Alvin is sort of sitting on his little desk that's on top of the regular desk. He's already got like a ledger out, and he's sort of tallying things for the day. He's like, yes. Or what voice do I have? Yes, Master Elfbanes, that I'd sort of like to speak with you about the finances that have been going. That things are not looking quite well at the moment. That we are a couple days behind on all of our deliveries, and if we are to keep from running out of funds, we need to start making deliveries very soon.
What do we have any deliveries that need to be done locally? That would be a quick way to make some cash, or most of do we have everything kind of distance?
Keldar says, "Aye, we've got deliveries. You know, all the supplies are in the basement."
And but are the deliveries in town here, or do we? How many days travel would these deliveries
we
be?
know right where to take them, but there's a bit difficulty getting to the things that need delivering.
Oh right, the slimes.
Pardon my brother, he's already had his breakfast.
All right, and you see actually a Keldar has his own stein that he sort of raises to you, and
I thought you were gonna say bread.
start chugging it, and there's like foam across his dark beard, and he's like, yeah, it ain't been going so well. That you know, we keep trying to squish them, and they keep coming back. I know we might be able to find a few jobs, but word has kind of gotten around that things haven't been going well so lately, so nobody wants to take deliveries from us at the moment. There's sort of some tension to be found out there. People are sort of watching and waiting to see what happens. That I hate to say at the moment, but the reputation of D6 isn't so hot out there.
Now, that's not good. we need to rectify that.
And Keldar says, "Right, I could go out there and crack some skulls and get some business that way. You know, sort of grease the wheels with a little bit of bruises, maybe. Convince them that they really need our services. Eh?
I like where you're going with this. But I guess first things first, we need to take care of the stuff we have down in the basement, and then we can get to other duties. We should have some friends showing up shortly. If you can tell them to meet us down in the basement when they arrive, we would greatly appreciate it.
Elrine, you, Cathod, and Selena have followed to the best of your ability the map that Thonar had scribbled out. That he had drawn things and then sort of scribbled some stuff out and redrawn, but it mostly makes sense. And then from sort of looking at some landmarks, you make your way, and there's this wedged in between a few buildings. There's this small building with a little plaque on the door that says D6. Sort of, it looks like somebody took like a sharp knife and just scrawled it into the wood. Not really like an official made sign, but there stands the door.
I knock on it. I'm pretty sure it's it, but like still not really sure. Let's knock. Ring a bell or whatever the heck is there.
Yeah. You hear a gruff voice say, Hey, Vinny, it's your turn to answer. And he says, I'm going. And you see that an oddly skinny dwarf with, red hair sticking out this way and that, and, sort of a scruffy, shorter red beard. He says, hello, can I help you?
Hello. I'm looking for the Elfane brothers. Am I in the right spot?
That you is. Welcome, my masters, to D6. And he swings the door open and sort of bows, not very gracefully, but like as if he's imitating, nobility.
I kind of bow back on. I'm not sure what's going on. I sort of bow back to be polite and walk in.
And as you walk in, there's a little gnome sitting on a small desk that's on top of the counter that is there for the business. And as he sees you sort of giving a bow back to Vinny, he says, no, none of that. That he's not worthy of any. Pay him no mind. Vinny's an idiot. And Vinny's like, yeah, Alvin, next time I'm going to grease your little steps to your little desk up there. Then we'll see who can actually do their work.
Don't worry about it. My name is Elrond. I've been traveling with the owners of this establishment. Are they around?
There's a burly, dark-haired dwarf who's sort of sitting there drinking from a sign. He says, all right, yeah, they said they are waiting for some friends that are down in the basement. That you can go ahead and meet them there.
Which direction would that be?
That Alvin hops off his little desk, walks across the counter, like pulls a lever and a little, not like, it's like those waist-high swinging doors that they have, like at restaurants and stuff, that sort of swings back, and there's a door behind the counter that has, they'd be right in there.
Wait, so it's like a trapdoor?
No, it's like,
Sorry,
there's the counter, and then there's a little, like, waist-high door that just swings,
like
you can push past it, sort of separates the customers from whatever. So he's on top of the table, and he's pulled a little lever that takes that little door and just swings it so it's no longer part of the desk.
Oh, okay.
They can get behind the desk and go to the basement door that's behind him.
Did I know the name of their place? Because I still haven't seen them, so I feel like I would be like, oh, I'm not sure what's going on still.
Well, I think I did mention it when we were all together.
No. Okay. Because like
Yeah.
all I know so far is that I've walked in and people are like, oh yeah, we know them. They're in the basement.
Yeah. That Alvin will actually shout, Master Zelfbane, that your company is here. And Von Arthoner, you hear, or there have been some voices, and you can hear the steps on the ceiling to the basement, and then Alvin sort of shouts down that your company's there, and you hear that.
They, come on down, we've got some fun for you lined up.
Oh, I'm like relieved once I hear that because I was a little bit.
Okay, and you can see Cathod and Selena also sort of relax as they hear finally Thonar's voice.
And then I'm a little bit weirded out by the hodgepodge of people, so I just kind of thank them and rush down.
Okay, yeah, I should have put you on the D6 interior. Yeah, there's the little
okay,
the little swinging door. Like it's like half a saloon door.
Okay, yeah.
And that Alvin sits on top of a little desk that's on top of the table, and he went over and pulled a lever that opened that for you. Anyway.
Okay.
So you guys push away, open the door, and descend the stairs into the basement, and you see that Thonar. We'll see you guys are sort of waiting, not in the basement, but in the regular basement. And you can have the whole group bend down in.
All right.
Oh, and we can say that you're leading Lena and then Cathod. And Salazar says, "Finally, perhaps we can have some level heads about what to do."
This is quite the interesting establishment. What's why are we down here?
Well, we have. Actually, we could use some of your expertise in this area of jars and such, because we have
Jars.
we've got a slime problem.
Oh, that's right. And I remember that I have slime in the jar,
You have a slime in a
and
jar.
I pull it out to look at it. See if it's still there.
Still in there. It fills probably like 75% of the thing, but the last like quarter, there's always like a little pseudopod that sort of like is feeling the edge of the jar and then sort of relax for a while and sort of reanimate and move around. So, but sometimes when it's resting, it just looks like a jug of, sort of off-colored water.
Huh.
Sort of,
I,
yellowish, brownish water.
I forgot about this little guy.
Well,
Um,
his cousins are in the basement here.
Do
And I
they
kind of
do they look like they're the same? I know we didn't get a very good.
I
Like,
mean,
each kind of attack
from the
ones
peak,
before,
I
but
could look from the little bit I saw, they looked pretty similar, but I don't.
Are they
I'm not
in
a
these
slime
barrels?
expert here.
What's the situation?
Oh,
in the
they're in
barrels?
they're in the basement.
It's not
Over-
the basement.
Over here.
And Bonner goes over and pushes aside a shelf that slides along, and there opens into a cavern that has sort of, rough earthen and rock walls. It's
You
not
have-
the finished basement of the building.
You have two basements. What's the point of two basements? Most people don't have one basement.
Well, this is the special storage basement. It's extra secure.
Bonner's or Thonar's ale. Yes.
That and whatever else may need storing that doesn't need to be known about
You-
by anyone.
You do wine as well.
Sure.
I guess like
we don't ask questions about what's in the barrels.
oh, that's what I understand what they're talking about. I kind of look at those. Can I see him from there?
With your dark vision, yeah, you can see sort of in the distance that there's, these figures that sort of are washing around on the floor there, and they look quite similar to the one you fought and then jarred in Wave Echo Cave.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably be like holding it up, like trying to size it up to see if it was similar. I don't know. I don't really know what I would be doing. We trying to
Okay.
tell as best I could.
Yeah, you can see that there's a whole bunch of supplies. Some of the crates have been broken or sort of around there that the oozes seem to be sort of playing with some of the contents. There's some supplies that are sort of like floating in the middle of the oozes that they seem to be feeding on a few things here and there, but for the most part they haven't destroyed too much.
Have these been here for long? I didn't realize you guys had seen them before we saw them in the cave.
No, they showed up. We've known
And
they've been here for a little while.
yeah, from Vinny and Keldar, you know that they've been here just like a couple days. That they came down like 2 days ago to like get supplies and were ambushed by these slimes, and they've been failing to take care of them since.
Well,
So yeah, so we just gotta kill them, cause we don't want them squatting in our basement anymore, stealing all our stuff.
sounds straightforward enough. Do we want to buy more jars? Are these barrels full? What's in these barrels?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know if this is valuable or not.
I don't know. It just seemed effective last time.
Let's go. There's a item reseller up the street. He's always got a guy who's an expert on different rare antique items. We could ask him
Ask
if
him
this
about the one we
ooze
have.
is if this ooze is valuable and if we should keep it.
Couldn't hurt. Is he far?
I don't remember. I don't even know if he's still there, honestly.
You know a few people in the city that
A
you know
guy.
because of your
You know a
contacts.
guy.
You definitely and Vinny knows a lot of guys. That's his whole thing is that he may not be much in a scrap because he's kind of skinny, but he makes his way around and has contacts upon contacts that he could get in touch with.
I don't know. So do you guys want to go? Should we see if this stuff is valuable and worth trying to collect rather than just going in there and murderizing it?
Your basement.
True.
Wait, so did we say are these barrels in here empty or are they full of stuff?
The things in the first basement are just sort of essentially decoy supplies you use in case anybody comes to inspect stuff, that it's not really anything of consequence. Things of real value for the business are in the second basement.
Well, let's go see if we can glean any information from somebody here. It's a big city. Could be able to
Yeah,
find somebody.
let's go talk to Vinny and see if he would know anybody who would know if this stuff is valuable. Because we've got a specimen in a jar already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At very least, could be some creepy display piece or something. Exotic.
Yeah, exactly.
People like exotic.
All right. So you guys, you go back on upstairs, and Keldar says, "Right, you squished him already? Right, quick."
We're that good.
Now we're gonna. We have a idea to see if we can maybe recoup some of our lost profits over the past couple days. Is Vinny like right around here too?
Yeah, Vinny's there. He's like, "Yeah, what's your idea? I'm all ears."
Well, we happen to have a specimen from something similar. Pretty sure it's the same thing that we killed previously, and we want to see if this stuff is actually valuable and worth collecting rather than just destroying.
Okay, so you're looking to find maybe buyer or somebody who would know about this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I know a few people, but I kind of have to go and ask a little discreetly, and it might take a little while.
Okay.
Let's see. Say back here by lunch. Sort of figure things out.
Sounds good.
We in this case literally have all day.
Yeah. Well, the business may not. That I'm afraid if you take too long. I know that the main shipment that we had taken on before everything went to crap downstairs was from the Wither Skulls, and they've been implying that they might be coming for a visit today to see how things are going since the delivery hasn't been made. So
Okay.
expect them showing up at some point.
Okay, well, in that case, let's just go take care of this. Let's just
I mean,
go kill
while
it.
you're doing that, I could go check with the other guys, and maybe when I come back, if you guys are taking care of things and have whatever, it could be of value, maybe not, but I can be busy while you're busy.
That sounds like the best plan here. Let's go. You do that. We'll go murder this stuff, and then we'll reconvene at lunch.
Okay, sounds good. Eldar says, right, and I'll keep out the riffraff while you're keeping busy.
Sounds good.
And when Keldar says, I'll keep out the riffraff, that Alvin sort of snorts derisively to himself. Right, as if the riffraff aren't already here. And, this is regular banter between the three of them. All right. You guys head back down in the basement?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys head back down in the basement of D6. Any particular plan here?
Um,
Do we
how
want to try to
many-
use some of the barrels?
how many slimes do we see?
Um, You can currently see 3 large entities hovering
Alrighty.
around this room of the basement.
What were you saying, Daniel?
Do we want to try to use any of the barrels in case they are valuable exotic stuff, or you just want to get rid of them?
Once they get smaller, we can try.
I'd say we would just probably want to like prep the barrels before.
Oh right.
And you guys know you have like the barrels
Sure.
in the regular basement are more or less empty. You could probably find like 5 or 6 that
Yeah.
you could sort of empty out the contents and have at hand to sort of run down the line and
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we'll
scoop
just
something up with.
make sure we got a couple empty barrels there, just in case.
Okay.
All right.
Other
Yes,
than that,
so
I
preps
mean,
and barrels. In what order would you guys like to, or how would you like to arrange yourself before rushing in?
I'm staying farther back.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't do
Selena
much.
will also, Selena and Cathod, I guess, will sort of be in the back to support, and then Salazar's ready to run in with you guys.
Yeah, well, I'm right up there, so.
Okay.
So let's just do
My
it.
thing go.
Okay, and I will say the slimes haven't been minding you, giving you too much attention, but they know you're there, so there's not going to be a surprise round in this. So I would say, if you're going for it, everybody, let's roll for initiative.
Let's do it.
Good. Good.
Got 3 characters to roll for.
I don't know why this isn't where. I forget where it is. There it is.
Alright, so up at the top of the order. Well, let's see if I can find a little more stimulating music then.
And my initiative should be whatever that first one was, 13.
Okay. Okay, so first up is Salazar. Seven. Gonna rush up, and seeing these, he's just gonna take his. Yeah, he's got the spider staff, doesn't he? Yeah, so he's gonna lay into the first one right in front of him, and let's see, I have a monster manual that I can look things up in now. Yeah, so I'm gonna
Woohoo.
need that rather than having to like flip between screens.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Oh. Grabbing Sailor, he's gonna make 2 attacks with the spider staff. Good. And yeah, both of these will very much hit. 28, and they're not. Yep. Resistance is to poisoned. Or to poison. So, with his first 2 attacks, it does a total of 19 damage, followed up with an unarmed strike into it, which also hits. So, this is fun. Plus 9 is 28. Goodness, Salazar.
Wow.
So he's going in and he is just wailing with the spider staff and just glops and pieces of this slime are just being sprayed everywhere, and it's sort of like trying to reform up, then he's smashing it down and kicking bits and pieces away, and that slime isn't looking too happy. Okay, Thonar, you see Zelzer sort of zip into the room and attack.
Alright, I am going to run up the wall here to get past my brother. And I'm gonna run around here and then jump off and attack this dude. Actually, well, I'm gonna be raging.
Okay, you fly into a rage.
Yeah. Because I'm
Okay.
angry, these guys are ruining my business. And I am going to... I can't remember do I already have a bonus on... No, I'm gonna be reckless then. I'm reckless and I'm raging.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna attack this dude here.
Okay, go for it. What weapon are you using?
Lightbringer.
Okay. And so that's okay, yeah, 13 hits. These things are just sort of oozes on the floor. They're not difficult to hit. So you do 16 with your rage, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. So with 16 damage, you bring Lightbringer just splat right into the middle of this, and most of it has just gone everywhere. And there's just like a little, barely any of it trying to like pool back up together. And like Salazar has been splattered with it. You've been splattered with it. Like gets it on some of the walls, and there's just like bits and pieces. You can see like a lot of it is the jelly in the middle, but there's like pieces of the membrane there trying to knit back together into a cohesive unit, and it's not looking too happy. All right, so that's your first attack.
Alright, I'm going to attack again because I can.
So you go splat, and then there's just this little bit left, and then you just sort of go splat, and that thing's none of the jelly. The jelly is all still in there, but none of it's moving anymore.
Heck yeah.
It's like a Jello jiggler. You just shing.
And that's my turn.
Actually, because of Great Weapon Master, you would have a bonus. No, your rage was your bonus action.
Yeah,
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 never mind.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So, it would be that oozes
Oh, murder.
Yeah.
but it's kind of dead. So,
Murder.
Bonar, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oops. Let's see. What?
I believe because you took a long rest that blood steps back down to 0.
Yes. 4, 5. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and then I'm going to attack with
All right.
my weapon. Blood step. Bam. And I do it again. Bam.
Oh, wow.
2 attacks.
Okay, so you bring Bloodstep down into the middle of this ooze, and you split it in half, and it doesn't seem to mind that too much, other than now it's in 2 pieces that are smaller. That seem both plenty healthy. That's your first attack. What do you do with the second attack?
That was both attacks.
And so you split it again. That goes down to... So you just split it up into a bunch of pieces.
Oh man.
And, like, when
I
you...
kind of look at the other one. I was like, why didn't your guys do this? Why didn't yours do this?
because they didn't attack with a slashing weapon. And so when you slash through it, that it sort of splits for a moment, and then it immediately, the membrane covers over it, and there's none of the splatter, none of the inner goo is sort of lost or bleeding or anything.
Okay.
Split them up, but it doesn't seem to have done any damage.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your 2 attacks. Do you want to do anything else? Other than curse the maker?
Nope. I curse the maker.
Okay. I
And-
think technically that's me.
Yeah.
I need to...
And I kick the dirt.
Okay. I need to add Cathod up here. Bowser, Bonner. Not Elrine. Okay, I need to... Somehow I missed getting Selena in the mix. Probably have a high initiative, so... 21, yes. We'll sort of do a little bit of retcon. So... Selena... We'll just have her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She goes there, and she'll put an arrow into this one down here. I mean, she doesn't get sneak attack, but she... Okay, she's got advantage on the attack because it's before the other person's initiative, but it's not a crit because it's not surprise. So it's just 10 points of piercing damage. So Selena puts an arrow into this one, and the arrow just swooped through the outer membrane, and there's like inner goo leaking out of the hole it made, and the arrow's just sort of floating in the middle of it now. So it hurt it, but you know, it's not minding that too much. Okay, so that was Selena's turn. Then Thonor went. Now it's Cathod. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting there. God, what are your spells? I'm going to cast Ice Knife right here. Actually, sort of, yes, at this target. So. Alright, so it totally hits this one for 5 damage. That brings it down to 6. I need to make DC 15 dex saves or take an additional 10 as it blasts together. And yeah, these things are not very dexterous, so... So the first one gets a -1, second one gets an 8, and third one gets an 11. So all 3 of them fail their dex saves. So the original one just sort of gets hit by the knife, and then as the cold energy explodes out of it, it just freezes solid right there. The one below it, a lot of it gets frozen, but there's still bits and pieces that are animated in it. And that one didn't get that much health, and so now it just took 10. And so yeah, none of them are looking all too happy. There's this sort of larger one that's got part of it frozen, but it's still sort of moving around. This one down here looks barely moving at all, and the other one is moving at all. Alright, so that's a good use of an ice knife. Alright. That's Elrine now.
Alright. Elrine's really committed to the barrel idea, so he's gonna grab it, go here, and snag one of the barrels. I'm assuming dragging one of the barrels because he's really weak. So he's kind of, where was I think I had 7. So he's just gonna like drag a barrel, and it probably takes way longer than it should.
Mhm.
And he drags a barrel right here.
Okay.
So I'm guessing they're kind of heavy.
Yeah, I'd say you sort of took your turn to dash as your action to carry the barrel your full movement. It is heavy.
Alright. And I
Yeah.
have a strength of 8. So
Yes.
it's
so
harder than it
I will
should
say
be.
that's your action. Here you've got a bonus action if you want to do anything with that.
Bonus action? I don't think I can really do anything. Nah, I'm good. I'll put it down and lean on it and kind of catch my breath.
Okay. All right. So now, the largest one that is still alive, Noticing that the first commotion was over here, is going to come over, and yep, it's going to make an attack against Thonar there. And with a 6, Thonar, you see this pseudopod sort of forming in this ooze, and it comes to slap at you. You just sort of step to the side, it smacks the ground next to you, and just sort of like
I
back
did
into it.
I did reckless swing if it.
Oh, then if it's at advantage, yep, then it will hit you. It will hit you for a grand total of 5 damage, which is reduced by half because of your rage. And so he just sort of gives you a pat on the back that's a little rough for 2 damage.
Yeah.
Was that in character?
It felt good. Do it again.
And so that it just sort of is a little rough, but also it sort of stings and sizzles as you feel like a little bit of that is acid damage.
Ow.
Yep. All right. So that's that one's turn. Then the next one is split into multiple pieces, one of which is dead. The first of which will slide up and take swipe at the other Elfbane brother. With a 15, that's not going to pierce your armor. So he goes and it smacks you right in your armor, and just goes clang and doesn't do anything. The little frozen one is just sort of trying to unthaw. So it'll sort of scuttle a little bit this way, and I'll say that's its full action, because it's like nearly frozen to death. It would be prime barrel target.
Wait.
Okay. Salazar is up and enjoying sort of the chaos that ensued from smashing into the first ooze. Is just going to stomp right through this ooze, this here, sort of get to the other side of it. And he will wail into this one. And I'm going to say, because these things are amorphous and don't really have a front and back, that flanking doesn't offer a bonus. But Salazar gets behind it anyway. Gonna fire staff it twice. Those are hits, and then an unarmed strike to follow up. Alright, so a total of 37 damage.
What?
So you see Salazar
He's
on
a
the other
beast.
side of this thing, and he's just smacking his staff through it, and just like pseudopods that come up, he smashed them down, and it's just spraying everywhere. A lot of it towards you, Thonar. You're sort of getting covered in all sorts of goo, and
Yeah.
this ooze certainly is no more after Salazar's done with it.
What the heck?
Wow.
And you see, as the staff is his black spider staff is moving through it, there's sort of this sickly green color that takes over the areas that he had swung through it, sort of poisoning the ichor inside of it. That ooze is gone.
Oh
Selena,
man.
she'll put an arrow into this one here. Yeah, and that's a 25 to hit, and plus the sneak attack because Bonner's there puts that one down. So she puts an arrow in it, like skids, and like, you know when a bullet hits something and it like peels, the thing that it hits just like peels apart. Selena puts an arrow through this thing, and like the ichor and the ooze inside just sort of like around the arrow, and it just sort of blows out the backside and now splatters the stuff back there with ooze, and the thing sort of deflates with all of its stuff leaking out of the hole in the front and the back, the entrance and exit wound that the arrow had made. That one's gone. Thonar, your turn. Currently, one pretty much mostly frozen ooze left. And Elryan has a barrel that he has dragged with him.
Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, you're only right there?
I got too tired. I had to take those barrels are heavy.
I'm gonna grab the barrel. Hold on, how many feet is this?
10.
Oh yeah, I got this, dude. I'm gonna grab the barrel,
which is not light, is not heavy to you. It's pretty light.
Barrel's
And,
heavy.
and I'm gonna say,
you do this one of those where you almost fall backwards because you're expecting it to be so heavy.
exactly. And then so I take it over here and I kind of just plop it down.
I'm gonna say you don't even need to make a roll for this. This thing's half frozen, and this tiny little thing barrel right on top of it.
There we go. So, well, can I scoop it into it or?
If you want to scoop, yeah, we can go for that. I'll say you sort of put the barrel there, and then use your foot to kick it. Sort of roll it into the barrel, and because it's all sort of frozen and they're sort of, it doesn't squish.
Yeah.
It just sort of rolls into there. Okay, just a sec.
Or you could go for the barrel and then put the lid underneath and then flip it over.
So I'll say you have successfully barreled that ooze.
Yeah.
All right.
Barrel.
Yeah.
All right, and
Got you, ooze.
We done did it.
there doesn't seem to be any more ooze moving around down here, at least in this room.
This room.
Elfbane Brothers, you know that there's the southern room that connects to a underground sort of water entrance that you guys sneak out your goods underneath one of the docks in the city. That's sort of your main way to move things, usually at night.
I want to go take a look at it because I just want to remember what it looks like.
Okay. Yep. Go down into there, and
Ooh.
you see in that room what looks like two sort of oily pools there. That there seems to be a whole bunch of stuff spilled on the ground right there, as well as there's an urn right here, and some of that like oily material is spilling out of the urn onto the floor there.
I wanna take a look at this and see what it is.
Okay, as you step into it,
Oh no,
move
I knew
back
that
there.
was a bad idea.
As you step into it, the flow from the jar stops, and this thing forms and animates, and
No.
this thing is going to make an attack on you, good sir.
I say, oh, hello there. I didn't mean to step on you now. That was an accident. I'm sorry.
All right. So, this thing attacks you. That's a 20 to hit. Well,
Well,
I've
you
gotta-
know.
I need to edit the file on that because it's not calculating properly. That's why. Getting a parentheses can really mess things up. Okay. You take. Thing smacks you. And the impact isn't that bad. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 3 because of your heavy weapons master.
Whoa.
But then some of it sort of leaks down the front of the collar of your breastplate and
Oh.
burns your flesh for 16 acid damage.
Ho 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 ho.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Right?
Hot,
And
hot,
I'll
hot.
say
Hot! 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 Hot!
Yes.
Hot!
I'll say that the group was following closely behind.
Hot! Hot! Hot!
I'd probably be running in because that's still.
Well,
Just
they
up
would
to
be
them.
they would hear me now because I'm yelling
Yeah.
hot! 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 Hot!
Alright.
Hot!
So,
Oh, sorry. So that
And-
was -3,
Hmm?
and then -16. Or
Uh,
how
yes.
much?
16 acid damage.
Whew.
And as that one pool of oil animates and starts to move, this other pool on the other side also springs to life and starts moving towards targets that it has found.
No.
Man, I was hoping one would be good and one was evil, and the good one was gonna wake up and fight the evil one.
No such luck. good sir. So, re-roll for initiative, my good friends.
Guys, don't touch him! Don't touch him. Skill.
Initiative. What the heck? That bug?
What?
It's like the third time that that's happened.
What
Well,
is-
just
what-
rolling for initiative? I'm re-rolling the same number twice.
Okay.
I can't tell if it's a bug with the thing. But
I don't know.
It's whatever.
This is a decent initiative. All right.
Yeah.
And then we've also got everybody's initiative. God. Lena. Salazar. Okay, now we sort. Okay, Selena's up first. She's going to go 1, 2, 5, 6, right there, and she will shoot the ooze that is right in front of you, Bonner.
Oh.
And this will be advantage because she acts before an initiative. Actually, no, technically it had an action, so it's not with advantage. Or is it surprise? So it's not a crit. These things are not too difficult to hit at all. You want to hit these. Alright, so it takes 12 points of piercing damage. And then we use her bonus action to sort of pop a little back further up into the cave. So she sort of loses an arrow and gets back behind there. Alright. Lena Elrine, you're up.
Alright, I heard Bonner yelling, so I probably want to see where he was, so I probably move up until I can see what's going on. And then, sorry, are these like big blobs like the other ones were? I can't really tell, like how, they just look like puddles.
That they were sort of look like giant like grease spots on the floor that have animated and sort of are like bubbling and oozing up. That one has sort of like has a tentacle reached up and is currently grasping to Bonar's chest, and he's going ah.
Okay. I'm just trying to gauge like how hard they've been hit, but I'll shoot the one that's on Bonnar, and I'll try sharpshooter for the first one.
Okay. Yeah, these are not difficult to hit at all. You'd be able to tell.
All right. Apparently they are. I roll a 2, but I'll use a luck on that because
Okay.
that's pretty awful. Well, probably not much better. 13.
13 will hit.
Oh, okay. I rolled an 8, so yep. 4 and I haven't done that in a while. 8, 11, 12, 22.
22. Nice. Okay.
And then I'll do the same thing for the second one. I'll try sharpshooter
Okay.
again.
So you notch an arrow, put it into it, and it hits through into the ooze, and it doesn't splurt and squirt out liquid like the other ones. It seems almost like thick tar, and it sort of and the arrow dissolves once it's inside of it. But it seems to have hurt it.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna try my. This is my bow that has. I can use a spell slot for the force damage. I'll try that. And I'll still try sharpshooter. I'll just go for the big one.
And that you can do that. I think what is it? Is it? I forget how I worded it with the bow, but I don't know whether you have to do that before or after you hit. I think it's.
I figured it was before. When I hit it, it just says when I hit a creature.
Right, when you hit it. So you can choose when you hit it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because essentially, if there's that instant use, the bow still has that magic connection to the arrow that it fired, that sort of magical tether, and you can sort of burst energy into it. So you could do that on the first hit if you like.
Okay. Oh, on the first hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that if I can go back and do it. What is it, 2d6?
Yep.
2 4s, so 8.
Okay, nice. There's sort of like a poof inside of it after the arrow has started sizzling.
My second
And
one,
just really go, boop.
I rolled I rolled a 3, so no,
Three.
probably does not hit.
3 to hit. What is the total?
The total would be 3 plus 10 minus 5. So like
3 plus 5?
8.
They have an AC of 7.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
So you hit, yes.
wow. That's also possible for me to miss that. Pretty close.
Kind of. They're a giant just puddle on the floor
I was
and
gonna,
they're
yeah,
not
okay,
moving
that's what I
very
was trying to
fast.
gauge when I thought at first.
Yeah, unless you like slip on the bowstring or something, you're not really gonna miss.
Yeah. Okay. And 19.
19 damage. Okay. So again, another arrow into this thing sort of whizzes into it, and there's just this nasty sort of splattering as it's sort of bubbling and reacting to this. Bonar, that some of the pseudopod has sort of slipped off of you and sort of pulling back into the form as the arrows have struck into it. And
Cool. I probably, yeah, I'll just stay there. It's
Mhm.
fine. Actually, maybe I'll back up like 1 step.
Bonar, that you're currently wearing the non-magical armor on the outside, right? You have your phase armor in the ethereal plane. 'Cause I think you put your other suit back on top of that.
Yeah, I did that. I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah.
That when the thing struck you, it has started to eat away at that metal. It's starting to corrode away the breastplate.
Oh man.
So, fun. Alright, Bonar, your turn.
All right. If I come right here, do I get advantage?
No, because they're just sort of amorphous blobs. They don't have a front or a back that you can sort of exploit.
Ah.
I mean,
love
Bonar wouldn't know that, but Nate would.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna run up here
Okay.
then.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, let me perceive. Mm,
Okay. As you run into this pile of coins here, that you suddenly flop into something. And now the rest of you can see it. Thonar, you can feel it as you are engulfed by this clear-looking ooze that is. I'm trying to grab your character to put you in the middle
Oh
of
my
the
God.
square.
I love getting absorbed into things. It's just
Yes.
like my favorite pastime.
Yes, you are engulfed. And now that you sort of ran into an invisible wall that enveloped you, and now you're sort of suspended a bit, not mid-air, but mid-ooze, as this gelatinous cube has engulfed you. I'm going to say that's your movement. You'll have an action.
I'm like completely.
You are restrained and currently suffocating.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here.
Okay, actually, just a second here. I need to roll some stuff. And through that process, you take 9 points of acid damage as it's starting to digest you.
Am I still
I would say
raging?
you could still be raging.
Okay.
Yeah, that essentially finish the other fight, like, let's go check out the other stuff. So I'll say you can keep your rage going. So that'll be reduced to 4 points
Cool.
of acid damage.
All right, I did that, and now I'm looking to see if I have anything exciting in my backpack.
Can't really get into your backpack right now.
All right, so can I try to get my head out of the ooze?
You want to try and like break out of the ooze? Absolutely. Give me a. Yeah, make a strength check.
I'm the strongest man I know. Strength.
But odor isn't everything.
Unskilled strength.
Unskilled strength. Yeah, it's not athletics. It's not something else. It's just strength.
Wow.
And with that, you are just like trying to like swim inside of this thing. You can't really get any footing, and it's kind of disorienting, as well as you're just kind of shocked by this whole experience. Yeah, you don't get out.
Oh.
That is your turn, good sir. Bonner, that this thing has started burning you. Your breastplate is starting to corrode away, which technically your AC is reduced by 1. And that Selena put an arrow, or no, Elrine put some arrows into this thing and sort of blown some of it from the inside from some of his magic, and it seems to be damaged. It's your go.
I'm kind of hesitant to attack this thing with Bloodstep. Did the arrows, like, pretty much... well, his arrows in my armor aren't, like, magic items. Would I have any inkling of whether or not this would damage Bloodstep by attacking it?
That your knowledge of magical items, that they don't seem to corrode like normal things, and magic items are very durable.
Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna attack this thing. I don't really care at this point. It's
Okay.
it's gotta go.
Alright, roll me an attack. Alright, and as you slash into it, it perfectly divides into 2 pieces.
Oh, this crap again!
As well as when you do that, you take a splurt of acid as it does this.
Of course I do.
You take 4 points of acid damage.
Well, I mean, I get another attack. So I'm going to, oh gosh.
I can get rid of these.
Screw it. I'm just gonna attack. I'm gonna attack the one directly below me.
Okay.
I don't even care.
Alright, and you slash into it good. And it just, again, divides into 2 smaller pieces.
Alright. I'm gonna action search, take another attack action,
Okay.
and pull out my 2 daggers, and then fling them down, one at each of those.
Okay.
One of each,
maybe 2 attacks.
at each of those little dudes.
The little ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you having... Oh yeah, also you would take another set of acid damage from the first attacks. Okay, so 2 more. And then as you throw these 2 daggers in, splurt into both of them, they just sort of... They sort of spray out a little bit of acid, and these 2 little ones die. But you do take another spray of acid for a total of 11 points of acid, as these just sort of... in their death throes, spray a bunch of acid.
I also bonus action second wind.
Okay. You heal for 12 hit points.
What a turn.
Well done, sir.
Yay.
I believe that's your turn. Now it's the turn of that ooze. Now, it doesn't get 3 full sets of attacks on you. It gets 1.
I was worried about that.
Okay.
Actually, but I hadn't thought about it when I split the second one.
No, but this time that a pseudopod reaches up to you, and you're prepared for this, and you bat it away with Bloodstep, and it's not able to hit you for 20 points of damage. It's not able to. I'm just letting you know
Yeah.
what it would have done.
Oh man.
3 times.
Okay. So, that being said,
Nobody uses in my basement.
so this one will blurp, and it's gonna make an attack on Elrine.
No.
What's your AC? 17.
17.
You barely dodge out of the way as this pseudopod sort of shoots out and smacks at you and sort of just gets the wall behind you.
Oh, there.
And that's that ooze. Salazar, seeing how effective smashing the other oozes is, he's gonna lay into this one. He hasn't really seen what's going on with water.
He doesn't know about the touching of
Does not know about the touching.
the touching of the badness.
No touching.
And so he's gonna two-handed attack. That does 12. So that brings it down. And then he's gonna attack again. Oh, he also takes 6 points of acid damage. And he'll go again. He rolls a crit. So he does, on his next attack, 21 points. Actually, technically, he'd get another d6 from the acid, or from his, yeah, another. Okay, that's included in the crit. So it is 21 points. Nice. What's really annoying is that on the player character tokens, you can enter like math, like +5 or -10. Hit enter, it'll do the math. On the monster tokens, no, it'll just put the symbols in.
Oh,
The
that's
bummer.
dumb.
That's obnoxious.
So I always have to like use my calculator right here. Right, and then it'll do another spray of acid back at him for 1. And then he's going to do a flurry of blows. This sucker. And nobody's missed these things so far. That's another.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Well,
We've been rolling really well, too.
Except for me.
not
So
me.
poor Salazar, he's felt a little bit of the acid with his as he's hit it with his staff, but as he goes to smack it with his fists, it's quite a bit of acid. He takes 15 points of acid damage from that, although he does do 18 points to the ooze.
Wow.
Okay. And Elrine, you're sort of just like plastered up against the wall
Right
as this is
against the
happening,
wall.
trying to dodge the acid, but fortunately it's all
Yeah.
going at Salazar there.
This is
Okay.
Realize what he's doing too late. Because
Yep.
I would have seen what Bonner did, I think.
Yes. Okay. Cathod. Cathod. He is going to cast. Two. Gonna cast Magic Missile.
Classic.
That's a total of 10 force damage to this thing. So these magic missiles just sort of fire down the hall as he conjures them in the air, and they slam into this thing. It doesn't split, doesn't it? It takes the damage as it sort of is burned away by some of that force arcane energy. All right, the ooze is looking a little wobbly right in front of you guys. Now, as the gelatinous ooze, or the gelatinous cube takes its turn, it begins to digest Thonar. Thonar, as you are raging inside of this gelatinous ooze, you take 25 points of acid damage, reduced by half because you are raging, to 12
Oof.
as it begins to digest you.
Does
Where
rage
was
just
I-
half everything? How does that work?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, because bear totem.
Oh, right.
I'm a
Um,
bear.
Whoever's idea was to give Jacob the monster manual.
Yeah.
you can thank Gretchen.
I don't know about think, but
Alright, so this thing is going to... It's got a speed of what? 15. Yep. Bonner, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Did you say Bonner or Thonar?
Bonner.
Oh.
Dexterity save.
Oh,
Well-
well, that's fun. Well,
Ooh.
at least you guys are brothers.
Ooh.
The
Ooh.
cube will move up and engulf the other Elfbane brother. So the two of you are
Yay.
now in this thing together. Alright, as
Power
it
of the
engulfs
brother.
you, take... Uh, 10 points of acid damage as it is starting to digest the other dwarf.
I'm glad I used my second win there.
Mm-hmm. Now, Selena's turn. With the dwarven brothers currently engulfed together, and this other black ooze cut the party in half.
My
Yeah,
inner
she's-
monologue is chattering about how I was doubting Vinny and what's his face for their
Vinny
abilities.
and Keldar.
Kelder, I'm like, man, I was giving those guys a hard time in my head.
Alright. So Selena hits this thing for 22 points of damage. Another arrow right into it. And Elrine, this ooze at your feet is just really sort of like bubbling and like not really keeping together.
Alright.
And it is your turn.
Alright. I don't know if I can do this in the span of one turn, but I have some rope in my backpack to my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
How is that full action? I want to like tie it to an arrow. Is that bonus action?
That be an action to tie it to an arrow.
Trying to think. I was gonna try to shoot Thonar with a arrow rope.
Pretty ingenious, yeah.
Just shoot him with a regular arrow.
I mean, it would do anything. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do then. I guess I will. I'll shoot this thing. With,
It is right in front of you, so at range you'd have disadvantage.
That's true, but it's like impossible to miss unless I roll one. So
Okay.
I'll just go for a normal one. 11, 10.
Okay, that'll hit. And you don't even roll damage, it kills it.
Alright.
So you shoot another arrow into this thing, it just streaks through the last sort of vital bits of the ooze. The other parts have sort of started drying up and congealing, and you hit the last center that is still liquidy, and it is no more. It's still this nasty pile of stuff that's fizzling and burning right there, but and you technically are within 5 feet,
Yeah.
so with a melee attack, yeah, I'm gonna say that it doesn't get to spray acid on you because you're not meleeing it.
Alright.
Alright.
Can I?
That's one attack.
Yeah, would I be able to jump to like there, sorta?
Making me an acrobatics check.
I think close.
right, so yeah, you sort of leap up, sort of push off the wall behind you, sort of pass your hands across this part of the wall and land on the ground right there. Is that the direction you wanted to jump?
Yeah, that's where
Yeah,
I want to be.
okay. Technically, you've taken the attack action. Wouldn't really be able to do
Well, I
something
can't.
that would take the span of an attack.
I can attack again, right?
Because you get 2
Okay.
attacks.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull out my sword. And just hit it with my sword, I guess.
Okay.
21.
Yeah, it's got an AC of 6.
Oh, yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
So yeah,
Okay.
1d6. I guess I'll mark this guy with bonus. Or can I do that now? Because I'm like in the middle of the attack action. How does that work?
Yeah, I could say you could take your bonus action between your 2 attacks. Sort of as you're leaping at the
As I'm
target,
running.
you're like, "Oh, you're mine!"
All right.
Flash at it. You don't have to shout that, but that's what you're thinking.
yeah. Was this hasn't been damaged, right?
Nope.
Okay. 6 plus 4, 10, 10. I don't. How much movement did it cost to jump over here?
I'd say 15.
15. So that's 20, 25.
All right, as you move away,
30,
we'll get an attack
35.
of opportunity,
Yeah,
which is an 8. So no.
yeah. Alright.
So it's sort of you land there, you're like, oh, and sort of move off the side. So how much damage did you do to it?
What did I say? Like 10?
10? Okay.
Yeah.
You put an arrow into it that sort of slops into it and sort of leaks nasty stuff out of the hole and sort of then slowly seals up, and now there's an arrow floating and sizzling inside, along with the 2 Elfbane brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I used my sword. Does that make a difference? My short sword?
No, yeah, it was your sword, so it slashed at it, yeah.
Yeah.
So this one does not split into little ones when you slash it. So.
Of
Well,
course.
this one's piercing. It looks like I have piercing.
Oh,
damage
because
right
short
now,
sword, yeah,
so-
you stabbed
Yeah.
it. So you stabbed it and pulled out and sort of leaked some nasty stuff out the hole, but yeah. Alright, Thonar, it is your turn. You are still engulfed now with your brother inside of this thing.
Woohoo! Alright, so. Can you hear me? My mic sounds weird
Yeah.
to me.
I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm going to. Can I move my legs at all?
You can move, it's like being in Jello. Everything
Okay.
is sort of sloppy and slow.
So I am going to bring my legs up and place my feet on my brother's chest. And I am going to shove off as hard as I can, either trying to get him out or me out.
Okay. I will say that you have a chance to get both of you out, but the escape DC will be more difficult.
If he holds his action, can we like hold like hands and like push off of each other? Like off of our feet.
I would say you're not able to verbally communicate, but you being brothers sort of share ideas. And so as he's sort of getting into position like this, and because you are next in the initiative with him, I'll say you can do this together.
Yeah.
Alright? So I would
Alright.
say make strength checks, and I will give you, because you're doing this together, advantage on it. Okay, yeah. You guys do that, and you go. Who goes out which side? I think,
I'll go out to the left towards the
Okay.
water.
so. You get splurted out to that square, and to that square, and then that square, and you guys are now outside of the gelatinous cube.
Heck yeah.
We
That
really
is
did it.
that is both of your turns.
Oh boy.
Now, Thonar, there's a black ooze in front of you.
Yeah, there
is
is.
going to draw back into the urn and sort of just slurp back up into it and disappear.
Oh, it's scared.
Okay?
Or it's rejuvenating.
Okay. Let's see. That ooze is dead. The ones in there. It's Salazar's turn. He will go ahead and make an acrobatics check to hop over the pile of sticky ooze. Which he does, is okay on. So I'll say he gets over it, but he gets 1 foot in it and takes 2 points of acid damage. And he's kind of hurting from 7 minus 15. Okay, so he gets over there. That was 30. He's going to take a swing at Gelatinous Ooze. May be able to earn a pretty profit. Okay. Alright, so he does a total of... He'll spend another key point to do a flurry.
Of course he will.
And he crits on it.
Oh man.
So let's see, that's 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 11 is 35 points of damage.
Monks
he
do
just-
a
What the
lot
heck?
of damage.
Wow.
They can. 24. Oh, I'm saying out loud what the numbers are. Okay. So he, like, there are pieces of this ooze flopping and flying everywhere, so he just lays into it. The sort of E channel through his fist protects him from the acid as he puts his through it. Right. Bod. Bod will just sort of try and look around the corner and will cast Frostbite on it. Gotta make a Constitution saving throw. Which, it's got a really high con, so, oh no. Now he goes to cast and sort of conjure ice into it, and just sort of some of the arcane energy spurting inside of the cube and just dissipates, not able to affect whatever material this thing's made out of. Okay, finding itself surrounded, the gelatinous ooze I need both Salazar and Bonar to make dexterity saving throws. I'm going to try and engulf both of you. Large creature, and it can move into 2 spaces at once.
What happened to roll?
Oh, no.
Today?
Oh no. Both of... So, as it engulfs both of you, you're going to take a total of 7 points of acid damage. Gotta put it in Salazar. Oh, ow. Salazar, I'm sorry. So he's down to 13. So what are you at there, Bonner?
16.
16. Okay, so it has engulfed the 2 of you. That is the ooze's turn.
Wow.
Selena will also jump the stinking pile of ooze, which is sort of drying up now. Easily just sort of parkours, sort of kicks off the wall there and lands. Yeah, that's what she'll do. She is going to take out her Basilisk Tooth dagger and attack this thing. Okay, so she doesn't get sneak attack now because it does 10 points of damage. And she's going to use a charge on her Basilisk Tooth Dagger to try and paralyze this thing. It's a DC 13 con save. Killer Ooze has a lot of con. We'll see what it does. And it does not succeed. So she slices the Basilisk Tooth into it, and some of the Basilisk enchanted venom goes into it. And how does this work? That it is now. Oh, technically, when you attack a creature that's made of flesh. Okay, this is like a giant cell. So yeah, it's technically flesh. I'll say. Is paralyzed until the end of your next turn. So this thing can take no actions. Attacks on it have advantage, and I'll say its digestion process is slowed, so it'll only do half damage when it goes to digest you guys. Alright. Alright, so it is now paralyzed for its turn. So that's one attack, and she'll do an offhand attack as well with another dagger.
That turned out pretty good.
Slate has actually had some pretty good success with Basilisk Tooth working. And she does 6 points of damage with her offhand attack. Okay. Use your bonus. No, her bonus action is the other attack, so she'll stay right there. Okay, Elrine, your turn.
Cool. So I get advantage.
Get advantage
Cool. Yeah, so I'll do
on all attacks. Technically, her second attack would have been a crit because it hit a paralyzed target. So yeah, that's another 6 damage on it. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do double sharpshooter shots probably.
Okay.
10, 15.
Okay. To hit, yeah, that hits.
That was my 2 advantage rolls. So I'll just roll
Okay.
15.
Yeah, it's got an
17.
AC of 6, so
I
it's
just
just this wall
Looking
in
for
front
the
of you.
crit, man.
It's literally hitting the backside of the barn.
Yeah.
Melee attacks do crits, not ranged attacks, though.
I know. I was just fishing for the 20. What do I get for this? And I had a Hunter's Mark from before.
Yes, you did. And it
Okay.
has taken damage.
Cool. So I get plus on the first one. So 3, 6, 7, 11, 21 for the first one.
As your arrow hits it, the membrane around it is paralyzed and tensed up, and because it is so tense, the arrow piercing it just shatters the membrane. It peels apart and just deflates and just flattens on the floor. And Bonar and Salazar, you guys are expelled as this thing the entire membrane on the outside just sort of shreds from the tension from the poison of the dagger.
Just make a farting sound.
What
like
did
Greg
you
does.
do today?
Absolutely.
Oh, I just
Absolutely.
got pooped out by a cube. That's no big deal.
So, all right. And so that has defeated those. There is currently no oozes moving anywhere.
Is the one still in the urn?
That's where
Perhaps.
I saw it go.
Bonar, would you like
Nice.
to check the urn?
Oh wait, sorry. Not my turn.
I just I have movement, but if we're out
Okay.
of whatever, then you can go over.
I'll say that Thonar is technically next in the initiative. Do you
Sure.
want to check inside of it?
No, I want to redeem myself. I'm going to take out my tinderbox. Going back to our first day where I tried to set fire to the
Ashes.
yes, I'm going to take my tinderbox and I'm going to try and send sparks into the urn to see if I can set this ooze on fire and make it die.
Okay. Well, just roll me like a dexterity check for how well you can handle the tinder and get the sparks in there.
Okay. Dexterity.
Okay, that's good enough. Roll me a perception check. Uh, as the sparks fly in there, you just see blackness in there, and you're not sure what they have hit.
It's an evil urn. It's evil.
I stick my hand into the urn.
Okay. I need you to roll me out, not that right. You feel cold, dry pottery as far as you can reach.
As far as I can reach. I call over somebody with longer arms.
Which is pretty much Salazar will come over. And what do you want?
I tell him that my stubby little arms can't feel the back of the urn, and I ask him if he can try and reach into it.
Okay. That he'll actually conjure some fire on his hand as he reaches in to sort of light it up, and the urn empty.
I guess I would have been walking over and be like, what's going on? Where's it?
I tell him that it's a demon urn, and we need Cathod's never-ending water to drown the demons inside the urn.
That by now this particular ooze has dried up, and Cathod will walk over, and he's like, a demon urn, and he casts detect magic, and he sees that the urn is magical, has some sort of conjuration magic in it.
Oh, what kind of magic?
He can determine what school of magic it is. The school of magic is conjuration. It's able to conjure things.
Well, apparently it's also able to disappear things too.
I
Apparently.
ask the magic urn to conjure me some ale.
It does nothing. Do any of you speak Abyssal?
I do not.
Let me check. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, you're unable to read any of the runes or anything that are on the outside of the urn.
Would any of your guys be able to read it?
Probably. I
Vinny
mean, we
knows the
know
guy.
Vinny probably knows how this got here, or at least we can ask him. So we should probably do that.
I mean, I feel like they live in a big city. Maybe they know some languages.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is probably here. This may be one of the things we're supposed to be delivering. So we should ask Vinny if they know about this,
All right.
or know where it came from, at least.
Should we take it with us, or have someone keep an eye on it, or something? I don't want to leave it alone.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know if we want to bring it up out of the basement either.
Can we like put it upside down or something?
Are these crates next to us? Are they empty?
Nope, those are full of supplies that need to be delivered.
I think the urn, we should put it upright, because obviously it looked knocked over when we got here.
Maybe it got.
You also notice that on the ground next to it is a lid that would fit it.
Let's put the lid on this thing here.
Yeah, wait. Donner, what are you? You're standing on something.
Oh,
Get off that. Get
It's
So
the
yeah,
lid.
okay, give me the okay,
Not
yeah.
the lid. No.
Hold on.
No, the lid.
Hold on. No,
Lid.
it goes this way.
Just put the lid.
No, you gotta put
the
the other
lid.
way.
No, the lid.
The lid.
Lid.
Come on.
The lid.
Just get the lid.
It's
Okay,
the
there we
lid.
I
Yeah.
place my hands on top of the urn.
No, the lid.
Dude,
The lid.
I know you're probably famished because it's almost lunchtime. but here, yeah, just get. I take the lid and I put it on the urn.
As you put it on, it doesn't just sit on it, like almost like magnetizes to the top of it, and then it just rotates about a quarter turn in place and stops. Yep.
I think
No,
inside.
you don't move it. It moves on its own accord.
Yeah.
Rotates half a quarter. Yeah, a quarter turn and stops.
I search my memory to remember why we have a boat in our basement and where this water leads to.
This is an underground cave that leads out into the underneath one of the docks. So it's a hidden entrance out into the bay that is not visible from above because it's underneath one of the large docks. And so this is
Okay.
one of your primary method of moving things unseen out of your basement.
I gotcha. I mean, I got me.
Yeah,
I
and it's
understand.
larger than a rowboat there. That's just what I was able to find to put in the thing. So it's a small
Okay.
skiff.
All right.
Perfect for discreetness.
I asked someone to give me a hand with the urn, and we can at least bring it closer to where Vinny is located. We won't bring it upstairs, but
Sounds good. Yeah, let's bring it into the other spot in the basement.
Okay.
Still. And go talk to
Yes.
Vinny.
You pick that up on your way out. There's a barrel that's sort of boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, we'll bring that too. We'll I don't know what we want to do with that thing.
Okay. So
Put it
do you
in the
want to put
urn.
them in the regular basement rather than the sub basement?
Well, in the other area of the sub basement. So like
Okay.
up here where this oozes were.
So I'll say you put the urn next to the other barrel. There's the
Sounds
sticky floor.
good.
Okay. So then do you guys sort of head upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're heading up the stairs, you can hear some voices up in D6, and it seems to be Alvin is talking with someone, and there's a couple of other voices that are responding back. And as you come up the into the back of the store through the basement door, you see several men, probably about half a dozen, 6 of them. 2 of them in front of the other 4 that are speaking with Alvin, and Keldar is off to the side. One of them is a elf with this long silver hair, just pulled back in a tight ponytail. That he holds himself with a high bearing. He doesn't have clothes that you would strike you as nobility. Just seem to be rather common. Next to him is a human man. Got raven black hair, a very well kept beard, and his hair is just not a long ponytail, but slicked perfectly backward and immaculate. And the silver-haired elf says, yes, finally, we might be able to get something done here. I believe you might happen to be the Master's Elfbane of this establishment?
Yeah,
Aye.
that's correct.
Then I would like to know why my delivery has taken so long. Your associate here, he sort of nods to Alvin, had guaranteed us delivery quite soon. That the Witherskulls are growing impatient.
Yes. Well, we did have a bit of unforeseen circumstances.
Interesting. And pray tell, how has your business seemed to have not done a delivery in several days from when we had ordered it?
Well, like I said, we've had some unforeseen circumstances which have since been, in fact, we have just prior to joining you here in our establishment, have resolved said issues. So all deliveries should be taken care of beginning in the next few hours.
Okay. Bonner and Thonner, roll me perception checks.
Perception. Oops, wrong.
Okay.
Wait, did mine not roll? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Both of you notice the man with the black hair, a little bead of sweat has formed on his head, and he, while maintaining a very good poker face, both of you can tell is very nervous.
I'm not sure what's going on.
The elf will sort of turn to the man next to him and said, Tan, I don't know why you chose this particular delivery service. They're new and unfounded. And he says, certain that our cargo would be able to be moved quickly and discreetly. And it seems that they've been having issues. Perhaps we should return at another time after they have taken care of this. And
well, everything is pretty much taken care of. I did need to go over some stuff with my associates here to see what we still need to do to get the deliveries out, as they know a little bit more about the details of those things that we've got going on here at the moment.
Okay. The elf says, granted, yes, I would still like the opportunity to inspect our cargo to make sure nothing has been taken from it. Had some difficulties recently.
I asked him for his tracking number and tracking slip.
That he sort of nods to one of the four men behind him, and they actually come up and produce some work, and goes over, and Alice says, oh yes, it would be right over here. And he pulls out another receipt in comparison to, says, yes, it does appear to be in order that these are the gentlemen that made the request for our delivery.
I'll what's his name is still here, right? Only Vinny left.
Yeah, Keldar is here, and
Keldar.
Also for flavor, that you also know that Keldar is a bare knuckle boxer, and he's an occasional prize fighter, so he can handle himself in situations.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good old Keldar.
I'll I tell the gentleman that Keldar and I will get their shipment in with the items that they want to view. They said they wanted to check their items, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll say we'll
go retrieve them.
Separate them from the others and make them available to be seen in the basement in a short few minutes.
The Silverheld Elderman says, but of course, discretion is essentially, thank you for your discretion, that we wouldn't want to be disrupting and catching view of other people's shipments, and we would expect the same treatment of our own. Yeah, okay.
So, and then I take the receipt from Alvin, so I know exactly what we're looking for.
Okay. So you see that there were 4 crates and a large chest on the receipt.
After viewing what the items are going to be, I ask if some other people will come and help move the items with us.
Right. And of course, the chests and stuff downstairs, they would be marked with the particular, shipping things, so you'd be able to identify it.
The tracking number.
So you go downstairs with Keldar. Is anybody else join them to help them move stuff?
I mean, I'll go, but it's not gonna be much help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take. Who else do we have? I guess everybody's pretty weak except for us.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll come help.
We offer the people some ale as and they can sit on our XXX sacks over there while they wait for us to go get
The elf sort of crosses his arms and says, "Oh, wait right here."
Do it yourself then.
And then you go down, and as you go down the area, and Keldar says, "Right, this is the shipment that the Wither Skulls wanted. That was in the delivery cave. That's the second one that was by the water, and that's all the stuff down there was meant to go for the Wither Skulls. But there's a discrepancy. I remember moving the stuff in here with Vinny. The urn isn't on the list." It came in with a Weather Skull shipment, but it's not on the receipt. I remember
Well.
moving it down.
Well,
Alvin checks these things pretty regularly. I'm pretty sure it was part of the thing.
so you're saying that this urn belongs to them, but it's not on
Right.
the receipt saying that they dropped it off.
Right, so whatever this urn is, they didn't want it on the record. Even for us, and you know we're very discreet with our deliveries.
We're
and we wouldn't
very
tell.
discreet. It's
It's in the
in the
name.
name.
Yeah.
The discreetest.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I think it best. How do we want to what do we want?
I don't know how
Do
you
we
guys
want to
this.
do option A, option 1? We leave the urn here, pretend like we don't know about it, and let them see their other stuff. Option 2, we be like, hey, here's your stuff. Also, this urn, it's not on the list. Well, I don't know. Option 3, put the urn there and don't say anything. Don't even bring it up that it wasn't on the receipt. Option 4.
Oh, there is an option 4.
Option 4, be like, yo, what's up with this urn, and punch him in the face.
Option 5. We tell them that another
Option-
item came on their shipment but was not marked by them.
Option 6, we replace the urn with the barrel that has the slime in it.
I like that one.
That as you've been seeing all these options that Eldar has been counting on his fingers, he's like, right, and what comes after are 7?
Well, option 8 is
Alright,
that
8.
we just kill him. We just kill him.
Oh, I like that one. I do like it.
It's
I
bad.
don't-
That is bad for business, though.
I think
Yeah,
as
and
a
then the rest of the gang will come after us and slaughter us in our sleep. Oh, it'd be a great way to go out.
as we're trying to start a business, I think we want the most friends that we can have. So I don't think
And given
option
our
8.
reputation is kind of on the wire right now, that making this delivery the right way would probably do well to care of the rumors that have been spreading.
Yeah, we don't
I-
want them to know that. We don't want to. Let's not bring up the fact that there's items here that we don't have record of, even though it's
Okay.
all off the record.
Will do. Let's bring in the stuff on the list and put
Okay.
it in the actual basement.
Yeah.
I'll say that you go and you gather up the stuff, the treasure that had fallen out of the chest, you put back in, and you move the crates back into the basement there. It all seems in order. Do you want to call them down, or do you want to escort them down personally, or?
We'll close up
Do
the
we
basement.
want them to come down? Because we don't really have.
Well, there's the official basement that you've moved the goods into. I thought that's what you were doing.
Okay,
They're
yeah.
not going to see
Is
the
it-
secret area.
Is there enough stuff down there that it's not suspicious so that we're just like have their stuff and
Do we have do we have like sheets that we could put over like something or?
But you've got your fake supplies in there that are just there to make it look like you're a regular business, and they
Sure.
understand that there's more to this place, but they're not asking to see behind the curtain.
okay.
That this is just they just want to inspect their stuff. They're not trying to whatever. They just want to make sure that it's all in
True,
order.
true.
And
Okay.
so it
Yeah,
would
let's,
not be unheard for them to get to visit the regular basement. They just wouldn't get into the second one. That's sort of like a staging area of where their men would make the deliveries to your basement, and then you would smuggle it.
Right.
And
Okay.
so customers will bring stuff down into this basement, but not out into the secret area.
Gotcha.
We knew that.
Because you don't have
Testing you.
too much floor space to necessarily be doing like inspections in the store floor, and so
Right. Okay, yeah, let's I'll go up and say, all right, we have we have everything in order here. Feel free to follow me down.
Make a perception check.
Boom.
That same dark-haired guy that the elf had called in Wyton, he looks very nervous at the prospect of going to inspect the goods.
Like, hey, buddy, I'm just trying to earn a living here.
He winces ever so slightly when you say that. And that the elf has started, following you down the stairs, and the two of their other men will stay upstairs, and two more will follow down with them. So there's a total of the elf, the black-haired man, and two other guys coming down. And so they get down there, and Bonner, because you've been sort of keeping an eye on Wyton, as he gets down there and sees all the goods, his shoulders relax as he's sort of taking stock of things. And so the elf has gone up and discreetly sort of checked to see that the seals on the boxes haven't been tampered with. And he casts what you've seen Cathod's cast its detect magic, and he inspects that the magical seals that he's put on these have not been tampered with any way. He goes and he pulls out a key, unlocks the chest, opens it, sees that all the stuff is in there, closes that, says, well, it seems that everything is in order, that whatever difficulties you are having, I pray you put them in order.
That has already been taken care of. And we don't foresee any other issues in the future. This most likely, aside from some freak accident, is just a one-time occurrence.
And as a apology for the delay in business, we would like to offer you 10% off of this this shipment cost.
That he says, much appreciated. And while I understand discretion is part of the business, may I ask what the nature of this accident was, as to ascertain whether or not it will happen again in the future were we to do business again?
The issue was with a it cannot fully be disclosed, but it was due to another patron breaking our rules of what is and is not allowed to be shipped, and we have dealt with this patron. And as you know, we are discreet. We do not check what is shipped by us. But if for some reason they are shipping
hazardous materials,
that whether the boxes, we can tell that they're hazardous because they are leaking or something of the like, then we have an issue. And that was an issue, but we keep our patrons' items separated where no one else's goods were damaged or harmed, but there was a cleanup that needed to be taken care of in our storage unit.
Good. That unfortunate that others aren't as good businessmen as we are. That we appreciate you dealing with the problem and addressing it, and hopefully this bump in the road will not be repeated.
Yeah.
We all learn from our mistakes, and as a growing business, we take this as a learning and expanding opportunity, and we appreciate your continued support moving forward.
And that the elf says, also, that there's a particular session of the Wither Skulls that may have gone missing. That I know this is not your area of expertise, but if you happen to, if some other entity tries to be shipping a particular piece of pottery, we would much appreciate being notified. As to its nature, that I'd rather not disclose, but we are willing to pay for information. And as he's saying this, that make a perception check, Bonner and Thonner.
I have an inkling.
Oops.
I guess I do
Bonner,
have it.
you are reading this guy like a book. And
Can I make a prediction? It's just this is out of character. I'm thinking this other guy, he's been like kind of jumpy. He's been working under his boss's nose, shipping this thing.
What Bonner thinks that as the elf has brought up this subject again, that guy who was relaxed is now tense again.
This guy's doing something fishy.
I
I look over and I say, "You all right there, buddy? You look a little nervous."
Like that this shipment needs to be headed out soon. That I don't care for these delays. The sooner our supplies are on their way and gone, the better.
Is everyone down here, like even their buddies? Or sorry, the D6 workers, are they upstairs?
No, I'm gonna say it's probably just Bonner, Thonar, and Keldar down here currently, because it's
business.
Business.
All right. I think, am I down there? I went down there, right?
No, I don't think. Well, okay, yeah, you could have been down there in the basement.
I think I said that I did, even though I wasn't really helping.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna excuse myself and go upstairs and look and ask. Dang, I don't remember their names. Is Vinny the one that's like keeps track of the stuff?
Alvin.
Vinny's the one who has the contacts. Alvin is the one who does the bookkeeping. Alvin is the white-haired gnome.
Yeah, him. So while they're talking about that, I guess
I'm gonna subtly reach in my bag and touch the bloodstone.
Okay.
Just to use a little.
Okay. All right. So you heal for 11 hit points. All right. You go upstairs and sort of discreetly pull Alvin aside. What are you asking?
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, they're figuring out some stuff downstairs. I'm not really sure what's going on with you. I don't really know you guys do 100%, but it looks like some people know something about. There's this like urn. It's like somewhere downstairs. Wasn't in their receipt. Is there like a separate receipt for that somewhere?
That the black-haired gentleman paid extra to keep that off the books.
Did he like come like at a different time? It looks like some people know about it. He doesn't know it.
Oh, he was the one who sought us out for delivery and also arranged for to bring their supplies here. He was the one who made the deal and sought us out.
Because it seems like the other guy doesn't really know what's going on with it. Do you have?
Oh, Morlin? Oh, Morlin is one of the higher ups in the Wither Skulls. That yes, he probably wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for the difficulties.
Do you guys have a separate receipt for that or anything? Is there any record of that?
No, Whiten specifically gave us an upfront deposit to keep that off the record.
All right.
I handled it personally.
Okay. Understood. Yeah, I guess that's all I was looking for. Again, I don't really know what's going on with you guys, but it looks like something could go down or something. I'm not really sure.
Where?
That
Alvin's clueless. He doesn't.
yeah.
His forte is bookkeeping and
Yeah.
such. It's not so much this rough and tumble. So
I'm good for now. I guess I'm just hang
Okay.
out.
okay. Downstairs, Bonner, you've touched the bloodstone. You sort of healed yourself up.
Actually,
more-
I'll call down to Thonar
Hmm?
and make up some garbage excuse like, spilled your ale up here.
Ah! My ale!
Elrond, make a deception check.
Oh, God.
Yeah, everybody can tell that you're not talking about ale. You're just like, there's an ale spill, Bonner. But you get his attention, and nobody seems to mind too much that Thonar's been called for. But
Alright.
there's sort of an understanding in the underground business that sometimes people can't speak openly.
Alright.
I
Thonor, you
excuse
can
myself.
Okay.
Orion's still practicing his thug speak.
I'm new to all this, you know.
I go upstairs and I ask Elrine what's going on and if it's okay to talk where we are right now.
Do they have their Wither Skull people up here still? Like, do we need to be
Yeah.
super
There's
discreet?
two guys that are just sort of waiting in the upper area.
Okay, well, I'll like pull him somewhere outside and just explain. I don't really know what's going on. I was talking. You might want to check with Alvin. It seemed like something's up with that black-haired guy. Paid extra to drop off the vase. Like he knows something about it. I don't know if you guys know more about it, but something
said
seems shady with it.
You said he paid extra?
Apparently, but it seems like his boss, that other guy, is either looking for that or doesn't know about it. I don't want to tell you guys set around your business, but I mean, something you might be getting into something that you might not want to be getting into.
As this conversation is happening, that the elven man Morlin says, "Well, I believe that we shall be on our way. We hope that business will be finished succinctly, and that we appreciate your discretion.
And
I'll
we
check
appreciate your business.
and we'll check with Alvin for that 10% return on our deposit."
Yes, definitely. And if he needs anything else from me, I'll be up shortly. We're just gonna take care of moving this back into a secure location.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that the four from downstairs, that they go up the stairs, the elf first, followed by the black-haired man, and then the two other wither skulls. And so they go upstairs, and Morlin says to Alvin, "Sir, Mr. Clerk, that your good masters have offered us a 10% return on our deposit for the delivery." And Alvin says, "Oh, right, yes, sorry for the difficulties. That I'll write that up right here." And so he takes the receipt and he says, "Okay, so out of the 1,000 promised, that that would be 100 back. Oh yes, and plus the extra 500 that you had given me." And he points to the black-haired man for the special item. So that'd be another 50 back. That the Morlin says, "What special item?" "Oh yes, the one that we didn't have the official receipt for. Anyway, so that'll be 150. That Morlin says, "Just a moment." Turns to the black-haired man. "What is he talking about?" Whiten says, "Oh, I just made sure that there was some extra securities taken for the order, and apparently that they weren't able to put those in place and had their own difficulties." And Morlin's going to make an insight check, which he rolls an 18 on, plus, yeah, the elf immediately conjures arcane energy, and you see the black-haired man slammed backwards up against the wall and just pressed up against it, and there seems to be some invisible force crushing him into it. And the elf shows some anger, says, "It was you! You took it! You're the one who set up this meeting. You're the one who chose the location. And now I hear there's a special item." And as the elf is just sort of holding one hand, the arcane energy holding the black-haired man pressed up against the wall, he sort of calmly turns and says, "Masters Dwarves, what was the particular nature of your difficulty that you dealt with?"
I'm still downstairs
Yeah.
cleaning up.
I thought you guys would. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm upstairs because Elrond pulled me up, and I tell him that there seemed to have had been monsters that appeared that were not from anything that were not of the natural world.
What type of monsters? And he's staring back at the black-haired man that he has pressed up against the wall, and the other Wither Skulls have their hands on their scabbards, but they have not drawn their blades.
I pull out my jar. I'm like, it's one of these guys.
And with that, the elf closes his hand like this, and you hear bones crunch as the arcane energy starts to crush the other person. It wasn't me. It wasn't. Enough of your lies. And he just crushed into a soggy ball
Oh
and
my!
crumples to the floor.
I kind of lied, like hide. I was like holding up the jar before, and just like hide it.
Then the elf sort of gathers himself and says, and turns back towards Alvin and Thoner, says, "It seems I owe you an apology. Please put that 10% back," and instead he snaps his fingers to one of his men. "We will double the original offer we gave you for the incon." And he pulls out that there had been the original deposit of the 1,000 gold, and so he pulls out another 1,000 and says, "We would appreciate if no further word of this discrepancy got out to anywhere. And as to the other author records item, we will arrange for its return into Witherskull hands later. As for now, it discreetly away, and I will send some men to retrieve it.
I
It
ask
will
him.
not go on delivery."
I ask him. We seem to have a handle on it now. As long as the lid is on. Or I ask him if there's a way to prevent it from spawning and creating more beings.
"Oh, it should be perfectly secure unless it was tampered with." And as he says that, he sort of glances his eyes towards the puddle of flesh that once was whitened on the floor.
All right, then we will make sure that it, along with your other items, stay safe and secure. And we apologize for the mix-up of your items.
So I come up out of the basement and I look over and I see this crumpled guy on the floor. I was like, I knew there was something fishy about him.
Yes, his loyalties had been in question of late, and at first we thought he was just embarrassed by a bad transaction with yourselves. But it seems that he had been a little wayward with some other things. Other things that I would like to thank you for having dealt with, which, given that you are all here and still in good health, you seem to be able to handle yourselves.
You could say that.
I flex for him and say, I work out 5 times a day.
That is apparent. That I must apologize that it seems that the Witherskulls have been the bad businessmen in this transaction, that you have been upstanding and dealt with a particularly difficult situation. We will have return business. Again, my men will be by later to pick up the particular item of interest that will be returned to our care. The rest can go on delivery. And you have our assurances that the reputation of your establishment will be well spoken of.
I thank him, and I tell him, as this item has caused trouble in the past, that we would to verify that it ends up in the right hands. I write down on a slip of paper, I don't know, like a word or something that somebody
Mhm.
has to say in order to pick
Okay,
it up.
excellent. You seem to be the brains of this operation. Excellent, and he takes it from you.
And I thank him for stopping by, but I also apologize that he had to be taken from his important duties to check in on this.
Yes, that it was because of the discrepancy that I was summoned, but now I understand why, and it seems that I'll have to report to my superiors exactly the nature of the difficulties, that it was not yours, it was ours, and it has been dealt with. Um, also, if you could dispose of the discrepancy, and he points to the body, the flesh pile that was Whiten, that would be also appreciated.
Yeah, when Vinny
Of
gets back,
course.
he'll take care of that.
Like, I bid you gentlemen good day. And he turns and walks out, and the other four follow him.
Oh man.
All right.
This, I turn to that and I'm like, is this a normal day for you guys?
I mean, as normal
Keldar
as...
says, a bit on the higher side of excitement, but okay, yeah.
But I say oh, never mind. Fine. All right, I guess oh wait, so Vinny's gonna take care of the body? Is that what we did?
So as you're sort of wondering that oh, yes, I thought you were asking me to make the body. Okay. Did you hear about the Wither Skulls delivery? Hey, everybody. Yeah, that as you're saying this, that Vinny actually comes back in. He's like, all right, I found out that there might be a specific buyer that he said to avoid the Wither Skulls, but that he can do it on the down low. And what did I miss? And he sees the body on the floor.
We got
Oh,
another
he's
job
like,
for
oh, yeah,
you,
what did I
Vinny.
miss? What was
We've
that?
got another job for you, Vinny.
All right. Oh, what's his voice? He's like, yeah. What can I do?
Clean up an aisle over there.
Oh, this. What was it? Is that some bad meat we had stored? Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's some bad meat.
Is this a
alright.
fellow? This is a fellow, right?
It was a fellow, yeah.
It was a fellow. Okay, I think he needs to sleep with the fishes. Is that the whole
That's
thing?
as they say.
I think he's already asleep.
I think
Feed
the
our-
fishes.
Yeah.
Feed our guard sharks.
Yeah, go feed the
Okay.
sharks.
That usually I dispose of him through the basement, but has that been taken care of?
Oh,
all
I
set.
get it. The basement.
Yeah, that's kind of easy access to disposal.
I just got the pun. Because it goes out to the bay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes, the has been taken care of, and the source of the beans has been figured
Oh
out.
yeah,
and
we got that. We took care of that. We told you we would fix that problem. It's
Nice.
good. It's all good.
It's great when you guys get back. I mean, Kelvin and I, we can handle ourselves, but Alvin was just beside himself.
Yeah, that
And
was
Alvin,
that definitely.
wasn't
gonna-
me who was tripping over himself trying to figure out what to do. It wasn't me who made the contact with this white, and he points to the body to make the deal with the Wither Skulls. And then he goes, wait, that's Whiten right there? That's, oh crap, the Wither Skulls are gonna kill us. Oh no. Why'd you guys do this? That there's gonna be back here. That's gonna be my butt that's on the line for this, because I made the meeting. I'm the face of this company. I'm the one who goes out and makes all the
I
contacts.
say
with the
Vinny,
Vinny,
don't worry.
Wither
Don't-
Skulls are gonna kill me. Wither Skulls.
They're the ones that did that to him. We didn't have anything to do with that.
I'm gonna tell him not
Wither
to
Skulls have
mention
been
it.
here already.
Yes, I'm gonna tell him that it seems to be some of the Wither Skulls are either revolting or going behind other Wither Skulls'
Why
back.
does it sound like them?
But
They're pretty solid.
I don't know. Apparently, this is one of them, and he was going behind
Well,
What's
just
his
one
name?
of them? Oh, yeah, that happens. Somebody tries to make a pretty penny.
I don't know if that's what this is or what, but the guy's name that I don't remember. He's higher up. He's the one that killed him. But
Alvin says, it was Moreland. He was in here. He's the one who did the deed. Oh, Moreland. Yeah, he's one of the... Yeah, he's in the upper group of people. If he was here, then apparently the Wither Skulls were taking pretty much a lot of interest in this. Yeah, you don't want to mess with Moreland. He'll do
He'll
it.
turn you into a
Whiten did
flesh
ya?
ball.
Yeah, yeah, that elf, he's got a reputation for being quite capable with that arcane stuff. Anyway, I got a mess to clean up. There's probably a mess left downstairs from after what you guys did.
Yeah, a little
We
bit.
got a busy day, but we got some deliveries to make.
Yeah.
and wait, and he said that the slime was worth something, or we have a buyer, or what did he say about that?
Well, the buyer was a friend of poor Whiten's here. That's kind of how I knew to find him.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
yeah, probably not gonna make a profit off that anymore.
No, it's probably not gonna work now. But we got business.
That's
we
right.
did. We did get
to the
double.
shipments.
They did pay us extra, so that's good.
Yeah, that they paid you double for the inconvenience.
Heck yeah.
Bada
Yeah,
bing.
Alvin even says that, yes, that we got double of the original asking price. And Vinny says, double? Keldar, you hear that? He's like, right. We're going to be doing prize fighting later. And he's like, I'll arrange it, you and me, man. Like, don't worry, boss. We won't let it interfere with our business. It'll be on just downtime.
All right then.
Hello.
Hello.
You're here.
Oh, I didn't hear what happened.
Essentially, that Vinny and Keldar are going to use their sort of bonus from that to play some bets and some fighting that Keldar will do.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Cool.
So that Vinny will place the bet, Keldar will do the fighting. Right. So I think with that having cleared out the difficulties of D6 and dealt with the Wither Skull treachery, we'll call it a night there.
Boom.
Bam,
That was pretty.
baby.
That was pretty eventful.
Yeah. That was exciting.
Yeah,
More so than I was
Bonner,
expecting.
you got double crits on perception
Yeah.
on poor White in there.
Dude.
He usually can be a pretty cool character, but stay cool. But you kind of saw right through
You
that.
could say he just kind of crumpled under pressure.
Take an extra 100 experience for that.
Yes.
In fact, everybody did very well tonight. There will be a bonus experience for everybody. Gotta make sure to total up the right experience for this, because we had the ochre jellies, a gelatinous ooze, and 2 black puddings.
Black pudding. Chocolate.
Remind me not
What?
to go to...
Chocolate.
Chocolate. I remember chocolate.
I have this printed the experience for that. Where's the ooze? I bookmarked and I took it out. Oh, there we are. Okay, it is 1100. Where's the ochre jelly? 450 each. Okay. So from the fighting, everybody gets 667 experience. I'm gonna throw in, because of the fun times, an additional 300 roleplay experience. So that's 967 for you guys.
Yeah.
Gotta give half to the other.
Plus.
So 7 divided by 484.
Like 1,200 away.
Yeah, you guys are pretty close to
Oh,
six.
nice.
I'm pretty close too. I need 1747.
I need. Oh, what? That's not right. Jeez.
2 more sessions like that. It'll be a level.
I need 1,500 more. 1,500. I got this.
Nice. So yeah, that your introduction to the Wither Skulls.
What is so? Is it
man.
wither skulls? Like
Wither, Wither.
Okay. Cool. And what was that? What was that dude's name?
Morlin.
Morlin.
The elf that crushed a man.
I'm gonna ask Elrine if he can do that.
I'm working on it.
So
Just kidding.
Morlin
I
is
don't-
working. Is he working? Is he a Wither Skull, or is he just
Yes.
sending a shipment to the Wither Skulls? Okay. He's,
No, he is a
he
member of the Wither Skulls, and he's sort of higher up.
Okay.
And that Alvin was saying that you wouldn't have, the fact that Morlin came along meant that the Wither Skull hierarchy had taken a special interest in what was happening, and was essentially trying to put pressure on you guys to get something done. And that normally somebody that high up wouldn't have dealt with things, but given that there had been news back at home with the Wither Skulls that they were not pulling punches lately, and they found the source of one of those difficulties.
Oh, nice. I
Wither
would.
Skulls don't take kindly to one of their own trying to sell off a valuable artifact.
So
my notes right now look like I'm filling out a support ticket for a customer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
would
yeah.
would they have found out in this session that I just forgot the other guys, the black-haired guy.
Whiten.
Yeah, if he did the pod, whatever, he did the serpent behind their back. If we had played
You guys were
differently.
about to conclude business with them, they would have been on their way. You guys would have had an earn you had to deal with at some point.
Oh.
Yeah, we would have had to figure out how to get rid of it.
Yep.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, and that Whiten would have probably stopped by to try and make sure the delivery happened without any further interference.
Mm.
But yeah, Bonner twice with natural 20s on perception.
That was pretty crazy. I rolled really well tonight for pretty much
Yeah,
everything.
everybody did. I don't think any of your attacks missed. Of course, you were fighting oozes with ACs of 6 through 8.
I was gonna say I rolled a 2 and a 3 and something like a 4 for like my first couple attacks, but it just didn't matter.
Yeah, because again,
Yeah.
the oozes aren't hard to hit. They're just
Yeah.
nasty to deal with because slashing damage does no damage. It just splits them into smaller pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't actually damage them?
They are immune to slashing.
Oh, so that's okay. So that's why using my hammer was okay.
Yeah.
Splattering them
gotcha.
is good. Piercing their membrane is good.
So if I hadn't taken out my daggers, I wouldn't have killed anything.
No. And you would have gotten 3 attacks from the Black Pudding, which do
It was ridiculous.
they do a crud ton of damage.
So do they
yeah.
just keep splitting indefinitely?
No, once they get to a certain point, they can't split smaller.
Okay.
If it's medium or larger, once they get down to below medium, they can't split anymore.
Note
Do
to
they take
self.
damage from piercing or no? Or
From piercing,
slashing?
yes. From slashing, no.
Once they're okay.
So, on the attack, it does 1d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage plus 4d8 acid damage.
Wow.
An average of 18 acid damage. And so, Bonner, you would have been attacked by 3 of those if you hadn't smushed the 2 little ones with your daggers in action surge.
Oh,
Crazy.
man.
I was prepared for you to go down and then to start chomping on your armor and such. Oh yeah, as well as that armor permanently has a -1 to AC.
All right.
So it's it. Because that's the
Crap, I was gonna try to
non-magic
sell
that you
that
bought.
too.
Yeah. Yep.
Sweet.
So fun times. Oh, you guys, I didn't expect that this would have taken so long, but again, going through all the details of D&D takes forever. You didn't get
Yeah.
to go shopping.
Well, that way we could do it when, if more people are here too, then they can.
And I'm
yeah.
expecting, because of the holidays and such, we may not be able to, may not be available for regular sessions. We might.
Suggestion:
Hmm?
we could do shopping and all that offline, just like on either the Facebook group or like we could do it just over posts. I don't know.
I'm sure there's regular stuff you're shopping for, but there's a particular merchant who you guys will run into who I am very much looking forward to playing out exactly how that happens.
Ooh boy, that's exciting.
Do we just want to try to, instead of like meeting on Wednesday, just try to find some other time people are free?
We could. I know at least Andriel said he was probably not going to be ready or available for a while because of
Mhm.
girlfriend. Then I
Yeah.
know others might be up too. But yeah. I've had this idea for this particular merchant NPC pretty much since our second week. So was it back like in June or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't remember. It was a while
And I'm
ago.
kicking myself because Vinny kind of stole his accent.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Vinny needed that
Vinny.
accent.
Yeah.
And he's great, you know. He's personable. He goes out. He talks to the people. You know, they like him. Yeah.
He gets the job done.
Mhm.
Oh. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna head off.
All right, folks.
All right.
Was